Tired of myself, tired of this town.
Eminent Waste of Time, episode 112. I'm Chad.
And I'm Steve.
And look at that. We got our special guest back.
The bottom of the barrel has returned.
Hey, you go with what you got, right?
Yeah. Doug's in Zimbabwe or Egypt or, I don't know, some foreign country, right?
Actually, he's not. He just got back from Denver, Colorado.
Oh, Denver, that's it?
Yeah, just Denver. I mean, it's not that far away, really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I just got back from Utah not too long ago, and I still did podcast stuff, so.
I just got home from Michigan, but we could talk about that later.
Oh, well, let's talk about it now. What were you doing up in Michigan?
Top secret squirrel stuff. Can't really.
Oh, I bet I know what you were doing up there, and we will get to that in a little bit.
Okay, we can do that.
So, Steve, you have been historically for the last, how many years have you been racing now? 4? 5?
Going on my 4th year now.
Okay. So, and you have just been running the normal Polaris turbo machines, right?
Yep.
You've gone through 2 of them at this point, is that correct?
Correct, yep.
Yep, okay. I'm just making sure we get all the facts laid out there straight.
Yep.
Well, you have now gotten rid of last year's turbo machine that you were running with the dynamic suspension, and you have picked up a Pro XP to race. Is that the case?
Yep, that is true. The old one was actually technically sold before the last extreme race that Darrell and I ran it in. So basically, we came home from that race and basically had to put it all back together, and it was sold. And a guy that lives not too far down the road from me here, probably about 20 minutes down the road from me here, bought it. He's a big trail rider, and he wanted, just a bad, for lack of better terms, a badass machine to go out and trail ride. He talked about possibly trying to race it, but primarily for trail riding. So, and he's already at this point taken it out on I think he went to St. Joe, out on a trail ride, and he was just absolutely in love with it all over again. So he is just so happy. But yeah,
you had a good built machine there. I mean, you had built it well. It withstood nearly everything. I mean,
Yep.
Aside from crashes, and you had a U-joint failure, right?
Yep. At that extreme race, yep.
Right.
And that's I had to basically fix. So it took out the clutch cover. The clutch did. Took out the clutch cover and the U-joint. I put a new drive shaft in it. Since I was already in that far, and you actually have to remove the inner clutch cover. Anyway, I went ahead and pulled the motor out, and CW Motorsports went through it and freshened it all up for him, so he has basically for lack of better terms, a brand new motor right out of the gate, so he was pretty happy about that. The motor was actually immaculate. You could still see the factory crosshatch on the cylinder walls, which was awesome.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
but I mean, you do keep a good maintenance schedule on things. So
absolutely.
I'm convinced that helps with that stuff.
Yeah, I actually keep a very thorough, in-depth maintenance log. Anytime that machine moves or something is done to it, it's logged. And that was one of the huge things why he bought it, because he was like, he could see from, 0.1 of a mile to 0.1 of an hour what's been done to that machine and how often. And I normally keep it in paper. In like a little logbook in my garage, and since nobody can really read my chicken scratch of handwriting, I went ahead and threw it all into an Excel spreadsheet, and I quickly realized, wow, I changed the oil a lot. Like 5 hours in some cases, the oil's changed and oil filters changed. I mean, it was just it really hit me okay, I need to pay a little bit better attention to this, because I might be over-maintaining it in some cases.
Right.
I know it's hard to say that, but I think it can go a little bit more than 4 or 5 hours on an oil change,
Yeah,
so
I think it'd be good.
I kind of get it in my head where it's like, okay, it's been 2 months since I last did my oil change, or whatever the case may be, and then, but when you look at the actual hours and miles, it may have only really been 4 hours ago. We just had some downtime or whatever, and
Right.
the clock's passed by. So, but yeah, no, he's excited, and so it's gone. And I was working with Polaris since the Pro XP was kind of released. It took a lot this time around to kind of get the deal all worked out, all the logistics and the paperwork and all that.
Because the racer program has changed since you bought your last one.
It has, apparently, and I wasn't aware of it. And I'm sure it's going to change again. But the last announcement that they had is, basically you go through your dealer. The dealer does your race resume and submits it to Polaris and all that on your behalf, and then they basically give you a machine for a discounted price, and then they credit that difference back to the dealer. So everything's basically done through the dealer. Well, this time it wasn't like that. It was it apparently had changed. We didn't know it. It kind of added some time in there. But basically, at the end of the day, I ended up cutting a check directly to Polaris Direct, or Polaris Corporate Direct for it. So it added some kind of logistical fun in there. For me, at least, I don't know anybody that couldn't do it, but I had to do a little bit of finance on it, so that had to play into it, and I don't know that anybody could just go reach out to their bank account and throw that kind of money around, So
Well, I mean, there's like Barry Miller Racing and
yeah, exactly.
the Devin
Yeah.
Smith racing teams. That's just chump change to them.
Yeah. So it added some fun, but we got it all worked out. Got the unit. I have it, and well, I don't have it, but I have it. I own it.
You own it, but you don't have it.
It's not here right now for reasons. So
Yeah.
basically R&D reasons, since it's as we know all new to an extent.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't got to really study into them too much yet. I've just been super busy. But do you know what is different, what is the same? Because I know a lot of it's the same, or not a lot, but several things are the same, especially like the motor. The motor is the same, right?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, for the most part, the block and everything is all the same. The turbo is a little bit bigger. The head
And
is a little
liquid
bit
cooled,
different.
right?
What's that?
And liquid cooled, correct?
It is liquid cooled, yeah. The head is different because it is they put that self-purging system, and that goes through the head. So that's different. The valve cover is different. There's subtle differences there in the engine, but I think for the most part, the actual long block portion of itself is the same.
And transmissions are the same, is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know that they're the same part numbers, but they're very similar. The gear ratio is different.
Right.
In them, it's very similar to what the gear ratio was in the 2016. So I do not have to gear reduction it, which
Is that like
huge.
16% or 15% reduced?
I don't know what the percentage is. Like the ratio, I think, is 12 to 51. I think.
Okay.
The 2016 was like 12 to 46. So it's very, very similar. Very close. They actually told us at the dealer show they simply did that to turn that secondary faster, to move more airflow. So that's why they changed the gearing again. So, but yeah, it's the past couple of weeks. It's actually been at STM.
There you go.
Up in Michigan, they took it to do R&D on STM clutches for it. That has been completed, and I have the first set of Pro XP specific clutches on it from STM. They did have to do some changes and some modifications. The secondary is completely new.
Right.
For it. The primary it's still called what they call their Rage 4. It's a four-arm clutch, but it is a little different than what they've had in the past. So the engine input shaft, they said, is different on the Pro XP, but the crank was the same. So some subtle differences, but it is specifically designed and tested for the Pro XP.
Yep.
and I have the first sets of them on it. So that's why it was up in Michigan, and I took it from there to CNR Racing in Indianapolis, and they are currently working right now on a rear mount radiator cooling solution for it. So it's just kind of going from place to place to place right now to let everybody do R&D on it, and it's all new. The frame's all new. Everything's different. So everybody's got to kind of go back to the drawing board. I found out the other day the shifter's even different, so I can't even put a gated shifter in it right now. So it's just one thing after another. Trying to get a hold of people and see if they would help, and if they need the machine for R&D, now's the time to do it, because it ain't really doing a whole lot right now. So
it's gonna be busy later.
Exactly. So that's kind of what's going on with it, and why I own it, but it is not here.
Yep. So it's over at CNR right now?
That is correct. Yep. And I did get a tour of that facility. And
I heard it's pretty neat. They've been trying to get me there for a while.
You definitely need to go check it out. It is an awesome experience. There was so much to it that I had no idea about, and it was really cool to see what they were doing and what they were doing. And it's pretty cool. Check it out if you ever get an opportunity.
Yep. I should make it over there. It's just making time to do so.
Sure.
So
then
that's neat.
I got to hit up the famous Taco Casita with Devin and Bunch for lunch on the way home Friday.
That's why there was that picture.
Yeah, there was a picture floating around. So
you didn't even stop and see me.
I didn't know. I figured you might have been at work, so I wasn't sure.
Where was I on Friday? I was here. I was working, but I was here.
Oh, gotcha.
You didn't even ask. Jeez.
Well, I had to worm my way through Indiana secretly, under the radar. So
I guess. So, well, that's exciting. What else do you have planned for it before you start racing? I mean, like normal plans. I'm not saying give away your secrets of where it's going, but I mean, are you replacing A-arms, radius rods, stuff like that?
Yeah, that'll all get done. Still not sure if there's changes there or not. I hear that there is, so what kind of waiting to see what companies come out with that stuff. Definitely gonna have to upgrade that A-arms and trailing arms and stuff. It's not that I don't think it would do it, it's that I don't want to find out if it will do it. So
well, I can tell you just from being with Cody and Sam out in Utah, the trailing arms are extraordinarily weak on those. They already dented both of theirs.
Yeah, so right out of the gate, just going to go ahead and replace everything, get it swapped out, and the cage, doors, all that stuff, got to get all that done, all the safety stuff. So.
Yeah, well, you have to do that. That's not like, I just want to. That's necessary for a race machine.
Yep. So
have you got to put any seat time in at all, or not?
Yeah, I try to basically put a little bit of break-in time on the engine. Before I took it to STM, I basically had not 8 hours basically to do that. I basically got it home and put it in a trailer and took it directly to STM the next day. So I tried to break in the engine just a little bit. I put about, I think it was 3 hours or so on it, and about, 30 or 40 miles, something like that.
Just do laps in your backyard?
Yeah, just doing laps, low gear, high gear, varied throttle, just trying to get some miles on it, breaking the motor a little bit. Did several different heat cycles on it as well, just to help it out a little bit before I even drove it. So,
right.
But yeah, it was awesome. I mean, huge difference from what I was used to in the old car. I already kind of knew that going, obviously getting it, but to put it on my known track here in my field and versus what I'm used to with the old car, there was no comparison, honestly. So really excited about it.
So much better.
Once you add all that race weight and new cage and everything else, I'm just interested to see how it changes it. So we'll see how it goes. But
the weight will make some difference, obviously, but I think the seating position and its new lower center of gravity really makes it so much better for a race machine than the old ones were.
Yeah, and the other thing that I didn't realize until I talked to Gary at G-Force, it kind of slipped through the cracks on me, is the Pro XP has internal bypass shocks. The old
Hmm.
Dynamics XP turbos had just, I don't know what you call them, regular shocks. They weren't the internal bypass type.
Right.
So right out of the gate, they're going to be a little softer. That's kind of traditionally, and the internal bypass is a little bit more of a West Coast type shock than it is over here. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a challenge. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. Still kind of working with
See, I like
G-Force to
soft
see.
suspension, so
I
that's
I
for
do
me.
too. I do too, but I know it's not meant for fast to an extent.
Oh, you can
So,
go fast on it.
yeah, that's true. So um, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might just try it, see if I like it. But the problem is since that internal bypass is basically built into the wall of or the reservoir, if you go to try to shim those shocks to get the car ride height down, it starts affecting that internal bypass. So if that makes
Yep.
sense, basically the piston's already moved up in the shock from the shimming alone. So that's the biggest thing I want to do is try to get the car ride height down, and that internal bypass shock is going to add a layer of difficulty there. So
Yeah, but do you want to get it down any more than it is? Because they already don't sit too high.
with basically what 30-inch tires from the factory, it's a little high.
Well, but see, you
You know
didn't
what I
really have
mean?
any time on it. Because even with Cody and Sam's, their tender springs already kind of. I'm not saying they were sagged out, but they definitely the springs did work their way in like they always do already.
Oh,
So I think
yeah.
once you get some time on it, a
I
little more
won't.
time.
I won't race with the factory springs. At a bare minimum,
Okay.
it will have aftermarket springs on it. A true dual rate spring setup on it, and
Yeah.
that in itself is going to add ride height because you're right. The tender will sag down. The main will sag down just a little bit. So by
Right.
adding those stronger, springs basically in the dual rate setup with the crossovers, it's going to basically gain a little bit of ride height by doing that. So
Yeah, you will if you're replacing your springs already. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes and what happens there, but the
Well, sounds exciting.
yeah, the difficulties are real, right? The struggles are real.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, you're starting all over. You're building a whole new car, and you're building a whole new car that's a brand new car, so that adds even more difficulties to it.
yeah, I before I took it to STM, I quickly wanted to throw the AIM data logger in it, simply
Hmm.
because it had the belt temp sensor already.
Right.
And that was one of the things that before I test drove it, I wanted to see factory right out of the box what the belt temperatures were doing.
Yeah.
It was a real learning curve on how to run that wire because I couldn't figure out how to get the center console out of it. The center console is all new and different, and it's interesting to take apart. So
Yeah, that center
I
console's a
overtook it
pain.
apart, and then I went back into the manual and was like, oh, I only had to remove these couple screws to take the side off of it. So
Yeah, you can just get the sides off of them, and it's much easier. I
yeah,
learned that last week also.
it was a quick learning curve. It's gonna be interesting, but we'll figure it out. So.
I assume you're gonna pick up the specialty CW part that I made for those.
The start or the which part?
The neutral bypass thing.
Oh,
See,
I don't know. We'll see if
really?
if a tuner doesn't have that ripped out of the tune by race time. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
have to go that route because right now I can't dead edge and start. I can,
Right.
but it would be absolutely terrible because you can only start it in park or neutral. So
Yes.
that would be terrible for a dead engine race start. So I'm just playing that one by ear. I'll either end up with the CW, override there, or hopefully maybe a tuner's got it figured out by then. That's what they basically had to do for the X3 as well. So it's not like it's something new. So,
Right.
or I guess the
But
X3
pull
they
it.
do start in any gear. I think is what it's technically called. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious because that's going to be an issue for racers.
Yeah, it is.
So
I know of one other racer. I think he's down in Louisiana, down where Bubba's at.
yep.
He just put
He's
in
got
a
one.
he's already raced it. He just put in just an override switch basically. So instead of using the key to start it, he just had a switch that went directly to the start solenoid to start it. So there's workarounds basically to do it. So
Yeah. Yep. The way we made it though, it's all plug and play, and it'll work
Yep.
great for trail riders and everybody else, and you don't have to rewire everything.
yeah, that's awesome.
So, yep, that'll be neat. So, what are your plans for racing next year? I mean, as far as series and all that stuff.
I think I'm gonna end up at AXEC for Polaris. Polaris is trying to do some more stuff with AXEC than they did before, so I
Okay.
think I'm gonna probably do AXEC and do that again. Outside of that, I'm not real sure. There's not even a schedule yet, or maybe I've missed it for AXEC. But
No, I haven't seen it yet.
so it's basically until that comes out, and I think most of the other series already have schedules out. So it's kind of hard to see where everything's going to fall and what's going to be on top of each other and what's not. So basically, once all the schedules are out, we'll kind of see. I am building the car to be pro rock capable or legal, I guess, as
Okay.
well. They've got some kind of weird requirements, like you
Yeah.
got to have a winch. I mean, I had a winch on the old car, but there's things that pro rock requires too. You got to watch out for that's kind of different than what we're used to. But again, it's going to come down to schedule. I might try some pro rock. I might not. I don't know. So
Right. King of Hammers.
that's still on the bucket list. I still want to try to go out and spectate this year, but nobody wants to go. So I think
I'd
Devin
like to
Devin
go,
and I
but I
are like
just-
the only ones that want to go now. So I don't know what's going to happen there. It's a heck of a lot of cost to chew on by yourself there. So
Yeah, I would like to go, but time and also the funds aren't there right now because, like I was telling you before the show started, I'm building a new headquarters for Eminent Performance now. So,
oh yeah.
yeah, we're getting a new garage building, whatever. So,
Nice.
yep. So that's where all my free time, what little I actually had, is going now. We
How far along are you?
We are pouring concrete in the morning, so by the
Oh,
time
wow.
this airs, concrete will be set up,
Nice.
and then they're
And you'll
supposed
have the walls up about the time the podcast comes out.
to. Nah, it'll probably be the end of the week.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
okay.
I gotta wait on my lumber to get there. As soon as the lumber gets there, I'm throwing walls together, though.
I'm sure. I'm assuming this is a shoemaker family event. Is this?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Nice.
yep. We're just gonna raise a building up out of nothing.
Nice.
So yep,
Is that,
it'll
is
be.
that going to be a vlog, like you're time lapsing it with the GoPro?
I might throw the GoPro out there for recording the concrete going down and stuff like that, and some like raising the walls and putting the trusses up and stuff like that. I'll try and do that. That's a good thought.
Building a building in 30 seconds. Go.
It's gonna take more than 30 seconds. If you know how to do them in 30 seconds, you come on over.
No, but your editing skills can make it 30 seconds.
That's true. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but basically tomorrow, according to where we are in the forecast, tomorrow is the last nice day where we could actually get concrete down.
Oh, because
before-
not below freezing.
Yeah, we would. Tomorrow's going to be 53 degrees as a high and like 38 as a low, so the ground will stay above freezing. We'll get the concrete in, and then I can build the building in the snow. I don't care at that point.
Yay.
Yeah, but
Sweet.
I'll have a shop, an extra shop space to work in. The Sunday Drive Razor will go in there.
You gonna use your crane to set the rafters?
No, actually, the shop did happen to buy a scissor lift 2
Oh.
days ago.
Nice.
So we're gonna use that scissor lift to set those trusses.
How big a scissor lift is it? I might need to borrow that sometime.
It goes up pretty high. I think it's I think it's 20 feet reach up or something like that.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So who doesn't?
It's not a
need
huge
scissor
one,
lift?
but it's not real
No.
small either. So
No, it's not like the baby ones, but it's it's good size.
is it like gas powered or is it electric?
I believe it's electric.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool.
So, yep. Just get a scissor lift. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Right.
I still picture you bringing the crane over there to set the rafters.
That crane is so slow, and it's so big it wouldn't fit down the path I have that I can drive my Razor down or any
You
of the
can
trails.
just make a new one. That's fine.
Oh, it'll make a new one. I don't know. That thing is. How wide is that thing? I'll bet it's 15 feet wide at least.
Really? I
Oh,
thought they
it's
were
big.
usually like, yeah. Say they're usually wide enough that they can get them down the road on a low boy. It might be a little oversized.
They can, but they have to do oversized loads with them.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yep, that's what's going on with me.
When
know.
are you hoping to have it done?
That's the $1 million question. I hope to finish it in December.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it that way.
Gotcha.
It just kind of depends what the weather does and everything else. I mean, I can build it in the snow, but I can't roof in the snow, and I can't just some stuff I can't do in the snow. So,
Well, you could try.
well, yeah, that'd be fun or entertaining. Right up and I slide off the roof.
It goes back to having the GoPro recording.
Yeah, make sure that GoPro's going. So,
Cool.
yep. So I know that your favorite thing in the world, Steve. I have trivia for you.
Oh, yay.
I know you're super excited about it, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Always am. This is going to be a short podcast.
It is going to be a little short. I mean, that's okay. There's not a lot of racing going on this time of year. I don't know what to tell you with that.
Baja.
Baja, that is running right now. Is it over yet? I haven't really watched.
I don't know if it's over yet or not. Obviously, it's a Sunday, so when we're recording this.
Right.
I know that some of the UTVs just finished right around lunchtime today, at least my time. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's still stragglers, but I don't know when they cut it off either. I'm sure there's eventually a time limit that says, okay, we're done, it's over, So,
Right.
but yeah, no, it was pretty cool. I was actually listening to they have what's called Weatherman. It's
Yeah.
actually a like a VHF relay channel, because obviously it's 800 plus miles. I know they say it's the Baja 1000, but I think it's actually like 800 miles.
Yeah.
But they have radio repeaters all over the place in the mountain ranges. And I was reading today that the original founder, which was PCI Radios of Weatherman, he actually used balloons to raise antennas up for this race. So basically they could relay, and there's actually a live stream that you can listen to that PCI puts out, and you can listen to it. And it was really cool. Obviously, you're listening to not just UTVs, but everybody, even bikes, dirt bikes.
Right.
But it was really cool because that race is so huge and so spread out. I mean, heck, over 800 some miles. So that you would have a race car driver. Oh, my lights just shut off. You would have a race car driver basically call into Weatherman to relay things to their chase trucks or to their pits, or and there was a couple like medical emergencies from accidents and stuff. And when those happen, like they basically lock the channel down so nobody else can talk until they can coordinate everything. It was just really cool to listen to it. And out there, I mean, you don't have cell phones, you don't have that kind of stuff, so it's that's your only mean of communication. And it's basically think of it as the big guy in the sky that has your back and relays everything for you and communicates to back and forth. And
Yeah, I mean, when I was going out there through like Nevada, New Mexico, and up into Utah, I mean, you drive for an hour and just not have cell phone coverage at all.
right, yeah, it's very interesting. It was pretty cool to listen to. So, yeah, it was just kind of neat to have playing in the background and listening to it. A little poke at the Can-Am guys. At least the last I looked, the top two turbo finishes were Razor. The first place NA was a Razor. I know third place in the turbo class was very close between Matt Burrows and I think Wes Miller, but I have no idea who actually took third place. So it may have been a Can-Am. We'll throw him a bone, but it was really close between those two. I think they were within like a mile apart the last like 40 or 50 miles. So that's
pretty tight.
Pretty tight in a 800 mile race. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I never did see finally who third place was or what it was. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just a whole different aspect out there. It really is. So,
Yeah, it is. But it's neat. I'd like to see that at some point too.
Yeah. I think King of Hammers is about as close as I would possibly get to it. So
To running or to watching?
West Coast racing, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It's a bucket list thing.
Yep, definitely. All right, you ready for your trivia?
Hold on, let me pull up Google.
No, come on.
Phone a friend?
No.
All right.
All right, question number 1. What was the largest member of the deer family living in the U.S.?
Oh, it is deer season, shotgun season. At least in
Yes,
Illinois.
it is. It is here too. That's kind of why I threw this question in there.
What type?
Yes. You know, like if you're gonna, I'll give you this: whitetail deer are not it, but
Right.
you know that would be the type of answer we're looking for.
For some reason, I want to say mule deer.
Nope, a moose.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize
A
they were
moose
in the
is
same
in the
family.
deer family.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Question number 2, and you should probably get this because you got kids. Who voiced the character of Woody in Toy Story movie series?
Tim Allen.
No, Tom Hanks.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking Buzz.
Oh, how could you get that wrong?
My bad.
That's like this one will be easy. You
you're
thought
right.
it was
You
too
got me.
easy and you just jumped all over it.
You got me.
All right.
He was Buzz Lightyear.
Yep, he was. Question number 3. In Home Alone, what animal did Buzz, Kevin McAllister's brother, keep as a pet?
Oh. Tarantula.
You are correct. My wife is yelling it from the other room also.
That's funny.
All right.
This is good. I like this trivia. All right.
See, that's not bad.
This is like old school. I like
It is. Question number 4. What was the name of the hotel in the 1960 movie Psycho?
Never seen it.
You've never seen that?
No.
That's the one with the shower scene where he's, stabbing at the lady.
I never really watched that kind of horror.
It's not
whatever.
really horror if you look at it now. I mean, it's really not.
Oh, really?
Other random fact before you answer, and this has been trivia on the show before, they used Hershey syrup as the blood in that shower stabbing scene because it was black and white, so you couldn't see the color, and Hershey syrup in the water had the right consistency.
Interesting.
So.
And it's the name of the. Did you say
The
it was
hotel.
a hotel?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Random wild guess. We'll call it the Holiday Inn.
Nope, it was the Bates Motel.
Oh,
Norman Bates
okay.
was the guy's name.
All right.
So that's okay if you haven't seen it. All right, question number 5. In 2003, who became the first Latin American to hit 500 career home runs in Major League Baseball? I know you're not a big baseball fan.
No. Somebody's probably screaming right now. I'm trying to think who's even of that.
The funny thing is, like, racing is a sport, no matter what anybody says. But
Yeah.
racers are not normally other sports fans. Like, they normally don't watch a whole lot of football or basketball or baseball.
Ain't got time.
Yeah. Race season consists of racing time and getting ready for racing time.
Right. I don't know, like Martinez or something. I don't know.
So you got to guess?
Yeah, Martinez. No idea.
What's that? None? None guess? Okay. Sammy Sosa is who it was.
I lose you?
You lost me for a minute,
No, there we
but
go.
I'm back. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you hear my random guess?
No, what was your guess?
Oh, my random guess was some guy named
No, it was Sammy Sosa.
Oh, man.
You've heard of him.
I guess I just start blurting out obvious answers. I guess.
This
I
it
think
wasn't
that's
all
gotten
that
Doug
difficult.
several points in the past.
It has. I mean, I don't try and make them unanswerable.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
You screwed me up with Buzz Lightyear and.
I
Woody.
didn't do anything. I thought that was an easy one.
Bring on the next one.
All right. What is this? Question number 6. Which bird is the national bird of Japan? Now, this one I expect you not to know. But you might know it and just surprise me.
Of Japan. How about a stork?
The green pheasant.
Pheasant. Okay.
I didn't even know a green pheasant existed.
Yeah. I was figuring it'd be some type of like water bird or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, next one. What is most likely to occur, there we go, when your diaphragm goes into spasms?
Hiccups.
That is correct.
Yes.
How did you know that one?
Because Maverick had the hiccups the other day, and somebody was like, I don't remember what they said. You need to do something to upset the diaphragm. So yeah, it was weird. I think it was like a nurse or something that said that. So we were somewhere.
I've always not, he can't do it yet. Maverick is Steve's infant child.
He is 6 months old today.
He is. I remember. He went to a race with us when he was like, what, a week and a half or 2 weeks old or something?
Yeah, 2 weeks old. Yeah.
Yeah. He's traveling all over.
He is definitely a little ham right now too.
Is he? That was Oklahoma, wasn't it? He went with us to Oklahoma.
Was it Oklahoma? Yeah, it was. Yep. Because we had the taco bar for my birthday.
Oh yeah, taco bar.
Yeah.
Reminisce of the taco bar.
Yep. We'll be doing that again.
Yep.
And the slushy machine.
The slushy machine was good. All right, next one. What city did the SS Minnow leave from in its 3-hour tour on the original TV series Gilligan's Island? There's a lot of TV ones in this, I just realized.
Man. Gilligan's Island. That was like right at the time frame of growing up, but not watching it, but kind of watching it.
Yeah, like it was playing in the background.
Yeah.
And you just didn't quite pay enough attention, did you?
Nope, not at all. I was more into like Beavis and Butthead, I think. Honolulu. I have no idea.
Amazingly enough,
it is.
You are correct.
Well,
look at that. See, you just throw a random
shocked.
guess out there.
How many points have I got out of this random guessing? You're not even keeping track.
Yeah, you got 2. I think you got more than that. 3. I think you got 3.
Okay.
You got the tarantula, you got hiccups, and you got Honolulu now.
Okay. All right.
See?
What number are we on, though?
Next one coming up is 8.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. What year did the Mayflower transport the first English Puritans to the New World?
Go in history now.
Yeah.
1776.
No, sorry, 1620.
Okay. Yeah, I was off a little bit.
1776 was independence.
Yeah, that's okay. So that random guess was not a good one.
Other random bonus trivia question. What year did Columbus sail for the New World?
Somewhere right around in there?
Not really. It's 1492.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's
Doug
a cat
probably would've
meowing at me.
Yeah, Doug would have probably got that.
Hello, Mr. Cat.
Oh, you got the kitty?
It's walking around meowing at me because the kids aren't home.
I can't see it, unfortunately.
No, it's down out of camera view, too.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. And this is going to be your expertise. In the
Uh-oh.
TV show The Simpsons, why did Bart and Homer have to work the carnival?
I don't remember that episode.
You don't?
No. It's not ringing a bell. Why did they have to work the carnival?
Yeah.
Because Bart got in trouble at school?
No, but it
Oh.
is Bart's fault. Bart wrecked Hitler's car.
Hitler's car.
You don't remember that
I
one? Where
definitely do not remember that episode.
you're gonna have to go look that one up then.
All right, I can do
They
that.
they were at some like Nazi museum and they stole Hitler's car and they wrecked it.
So they had to have a fundraiser, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Sounds like The Simpsons.
Yep. Pretty much. So, well, you honestly didn't do bad at trivia.
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes I shock myself. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like when I hit a podium once in a while.
That happens occasionally, doesn't it?
It does. It does. So.
Yeah. So, do you want to do the closing and sponsor thank yous? Do you remember all that, or do you want me to do it?
Oh, you can do it. I've got so many other sponsors running through my head right now.
All right. Well, we want to say a big thanks, first of all, to CW Motorsports, our title sponsor. If you guys need engines, transmissions, differentials, any of that stuff, used parts, new parts, they got it all there. So, and you might even see me there occasionally, amazingly enough.
I still haven't seen you there.
I haven't seen you there either.
I've been in there multiple times.
Yeah, well, I work from home several days a week, so
Mm-hmm.
making stuff.
Slacker.
Yeah. And also, we want to thank TGM Off-Road. If you guys want to check them out on Facebook, they're a good group to go ride with, and they also have lots of recipes for all kind of grilling things. Steve's a member of that, and he will vouch for the grilling bits.
Yep. Rob is always posting food.
Yeah, tacos. I don't know. He's got to eat tacos like 6 days a week.
That's funny.
So, and then we also have Spang's Fab. If you guys are needing cages, bumpers, radius rods, A-arms, any of that fun stuff, they can definitely do that. They are a full fabrication shop there. So get a hold of Kevin Spangler. You can find them on Facebook, and they also have a website. And we also want to thank Watch Communications. They are the one hosting all of this. And you can find them on the web if you guys need rural internet access in the Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, and I think they've gone down into Kentucky area. You guys can find them there. Just give them a look. You can find out exactly what all they do, and they also do website hosting. If you want your first month, I think it's 10% off. I should know these better. 10% off your first month's web hosting. Enter the code waste of time, all lowercase, no spaces, and you'll get that off your first months of web hosting. If you guys are, Steve, do you want to do like where they can find us, or do you want me to do all that too?
You can do it too.
Okay.
It's part of your regular speech, though.
I know, it's part of the norm. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you've already found us there, but you can also find us there if you're just listening by searching for Eminent Performance. And if you are watching and seeing this, right down below there's a little subscribe bar. Go ahead and click that, and that way it will be put in your list of subscriptions of things that come out. If you click the little bell that's next to it, that is a notification bell. It will push notifications to you telling you that we've released something new.
Even if it's when Chad screws up and submits it early.
That has happened a time or two. But out of like 112 episodes, what's it happened like once or twice?
That's pretty good. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, that's not bad. That's better than my high school grades were. So
Same here. You're good.
Yep. So you can find us there. Also check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Eminent Racing for both of those. We post there pretty regularly anymore. It's not going to be as much in the winter unless it's just me out being a hooligan in the snow with the razor. I'll try to get pictures of the building as it's going up on social media and stuff, so you guys can follow along with that. And
Are you
also,
building a studio in it?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
gonna see.
My lights again.
What are you doing with your lights?
My lights are on a motion detector, and since I'm not moving enough, it shuts off.
Okay. Yeah, the first priority of the building is to get places to put toys and stuff and workshop space, and then I'll probably try and build a room for a studio, I think, again at some point.
Nice.
So we'll see. That is to be seen. Right now I just need to get the shell up.
Cool.
So, yep. That's pretty much all the places to find us. If I miss some, I miss some. Oh, wait, no. If you guys just want to listen to this, you can find it on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio, and pretty much any place that aggregates podcasts, such as Podcast Addicts. That happens to be the app that I use to find all kinds of other things. But we're on there also. Just we're all over.
Sweet.
So, yep, that's what I got going on. I don't have too many stupid things that I've done this week that I can remember. I don't know. I probably have, but they've slipped my mind at this point. What about you, Steve? You done anything really dumb this week?
No, we did get a puppy.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, we got a new puppy, a little Yorkie puppy.
Because you guys already had two Yorkies.
Mhm.
One got old, and he went on to be in that large puppy heaven.
Yep, he was 15 years old, had some kidney issues, and we had to have him put down back in August. But yeah, we got a new puppy, and I guess the stupid thing is he likes to eat just about anything that hits the floor, to include Maverick's pacifiers. And let's just say we're awaiting a piece to come out of him of a pacifier. So
Nice.
that's my stupid thing.
Nah. Well, we unfortunately here around the Shoemaker compound, we also lost a dog this week. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, you met Bubba, right?
Oh, yeah, yep.
Yeah. Bubba wasn't doing well. He died this week, so that was
Oh.
rough. No one was happy about that around here.
Oh, no.
So
It's hard. It's really
Yep.
hard.
they become little furry members of the family, don't they?
That reminds me. Did you see the picture Bubba Belair posted yesterday of that snake on the couch, like
Kissing him.
about ready to rip his face off?
He likes his snakes.
Yeah, you need to post that in here.
I'll throw it in. But yeah, I sent him. He sent me that picture too, and I said, "You crazy snake kissing fool" or something like that.
That's a big fat no. Nope.
Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
will not be kissing the snakes. He sent me a message. He was taking his wave runner out yesterday, I think it was. Maybe it was Friday, but yesterday or Friday. Either way. And he was talking about the weather. I was like, it's like 40 degrees and raining here. I mean,
Yep.
it's not any fun.
Yep.
And he was kind of gloating about the weather, and I said, yeah, but you guys got those alligators down there. He says, you're right. Some of them are bigger than my jet ski. So,
Yep. Sounds about right.
yep, exciting stuff. So,
Yep.
well, that'll pretty well do it. And no matter which brand new machine you buy to take out and race and all that fun stuff, thanks for riding along with us.
Thanks, guys.
Tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Deep